Hi crafters, it's Karen and I have a completed project to share. I altered one of these little mini type palettes that I found at Target in the $3 bins, and they're made out of wood. Very cool. So I altered one of those. Whoops, I used one sheet of the Prima Seashore collection in the 12 by 12 to cover the different slats of my little palette. And then I used the new collection, the newly released French Riviera collection by Prima, to embellish and matte the photo that I added to my project. So this is a sample of all the different papers in this collection. It's gorgeous. I love that paper collection. So this is my project, and I love the way it came out. Whoops, I know there's a glare. It's a beach photo of Joe and our granddaughter Alyssa, and they're building sandcastles at the beach. Really super cute, right? So I'm going to put this paper over the photo because I know there is such a horrible glare. But yes, the first thing I did was I painted the whole palette with white gesso, and then I did go over it with some acrylic paint just to give it a more even tone. So I did that, and then I covered it. I covered the palette, all the different slats and the sides and everything, with the sheet of the Seashore collection. I distressed all the edges with my Tim Holtz distress tool and the burlap distress ink. As you can see, there's a good example. And just to give it that, worn look about it. So then after I completed that, I of course went over it with my gel medium. Then I did some stamping. I used the stamp set that goes to this collection. It's the one with the waves, and I just had it. But anyway, I did some stamping. Here it is, with the Ranger archival ink, and this stamp set from the French Riviera collection. If you could see that in some areas, like here. I did it randomly before I did any embellishing or anything else. And then I used some of this crackle paste by Deco Art, and used a stencil in various places, although you can't tell the stencils that I used because it kind of all meshed together. But I really enjoyed working with the crackle paste, and you can see that it does give a fine crackle, and it depends on how much or how little you use. I don't know if it's showing up there in the white spaces, the little crackling effect, but I used a very thin coat, so they were fine cracks, and I think if you use a thicker coat, the cracks would be larger. So I did that. I layered my photo on some corrugated paper by DCWV, and then I used some of the French Riviera papers on top of that. I put the photo up on dimensionals so that it would sit higher. All the flowers I used are Prima, except for maybe a couple random ones from the $1.50 bin at Michael's. I used Tim Holtz compass here. Here's a piece of the chipboard pack. I used some of the ephemera pack from the French Riviera collection. And I also used several of the chipboard pieces from the collection as well. So where it says salt in the air, sand in my hair, that is part of the paper ephemera pack. I used some of this chicken wire fencing type stuff that I had found at Hobby Lobby, and I put that in the background there. I used my Tim Holtz, I'm not sure what you call it, but it's the hexagon die that, you know, does this, and I went over it with some of the Tim Holtz Mermaid Lagoon Distress ink and some gesso, and I put a piece over here. I took a starfish and a seahorse from the diamond dies, using my diamond dies, and I treated them with some distress ink, and I did some stamping on them, and I created the seahorse here, and there's a starfish over here. Sorry about that glare, that's horrible. Let me see if we could turn the light off, see if that helps at all. So I did that. I did add some of this beach netting down here. I'd picked some up at Michael's quite a while ago, and it lasts forever. I used some of my beaded gel medium glass beads. It looks like this by Liquitex in random areas, and I don't know if you could see where they're glistening, but it just looks like bubbles in random places, and it gives like a shine in different places. It's actually very cool. I can't tell if it's showing up in the video, but it came out really sweet. And there's some of the layering I did. These are Prima flowers. I added little random pieces of burlap. I used a little wadded up bit of shimmery turquoise thread up in there just for the texture. These little wooden sequins are from Muriel, Mrs. Cooper's Coop, and thank you so much, Muriel. They were just the perfect little touch for a project like this. There's some more gold shimmered thread there from my stash, and another wooden sequin. Let's see, there's a little Prima gear here, and this is a key. I don't know, maybe it's a Tim Holtz key, I'm not sure, but I had heated up here, and I thought maybe I could hang a charm or something from the key. This wooden piece is one of the new wooden pieces at Michael's. It looks like this, the bird up here. It's really cute. They've gotten some cute pieces, wooden pieces in, so I just used a chipboard piece, Sea Breeze, up on top. These little flowers that are random around the piece are from Paper Studios, from Hobby Lobby. I tucked a little piece of burlap in there because you can't have a beach project without a little bit of burlap. I added a metal piece here, sort of like in the same type thing as sticking a doily in there, except I wanted a metal piece in there. I used a Tim Holtz compass here with a shimmered brad in the center of it. I put a little seashell charm over here, and I thought that looked really cute. I tucked in a seashell chipboard piece here from the collection. Here where it says Building Sandcastles, that's a Creative Imagination sticker that I backed up on chipboard and popped it up so that, and tucked it underneath so it, you know, sat prominently there, because that's what they're doing, is building sandcastles. This is a chipboard piece from the collection, and this is some ephemera from the collection. And I fussy cut this from the paper. So there's a lot of detail. Here's the chicken wire. I don't know if you can see. There's the chicken wire that I used. I did go over everything with some gesso, and I used my foam brush similar to this type of brush, and with the gesso, and I just, you know, pounce over the different areas, and I even went around my photo, and I love the effect that it gives. It gives a really great texture too. There's a key to go along with the key. There's a keyhole here. Some Prima gardenias. So I'll hold it so you can see some more of the detail. And I tried to do a process video but it kind of got away from me. I mean, it ended up being too long, you know. So I will try to do a process video with one of the other crates that I have left. So that's what the sides look like. Yeah, I'm really tickled with how this looks. So, yeah, I'm going to do the other 3, and then I'm going to hang them all together in the spare room and see how it looks. So, that's my completed project. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will speak to you soon. Bye-bye now.